back to the states, everybody. And China.
How did Biden do not talking?
How close the police are to him. Almost every police group in the nation from every state, and everybody wanted to get it back to the states, everybody. And China, nothing, and Russia, nothing, and India, nothing. Because I didn't have legislation. I said, close the border. We had the safest border in history.
Not great. But a lot of people have resting 25th Amendment face.
That's Jon Stewart attempting to calm hysterical liberals with some lighthearted humor after Joe Biden's dismal performance at the CNN presidential debate. Welcome to Nurk News, I'm Nurkish, and it looks like Jon Stewart is once again skewering the old cadaver-in-chief by saying what establishment news is too terrified or ideologically captured to say.
We know the bar that's been set up for each to pass. Biden has to not look old and not have a senior moment. Go.
Making sure that we're able to make every single solitary person eligible for what I've been able to do with the with the COVID. Excuse me, with dealing with everything we have to do with. Look, if we finally beat Medicare.
Thank you, President Biden.
Need to call a real estate agent in New Zealand. Okay, a high-pressure situation. A lot of times you can confuse saving Medicare with beating it. I'm sure it's not something that repeated throughout the debate, causing Democrats across the country to either jump out of windows or vomit silently into the nearest recycling bin. Anybody can talking.
I don't know if you caught it, but go back and listen to that clip, because the audience sounds genuinely horrified at Biden's performance. I mean, if he wasn't a sleazy, dishonest, corrupt scumbag, you'd almost genuinely feel sorry for him. That gives you an idea of how bad he did during the debate. You know, it's almost enough to make you feel disdain for the politicians who propped him up and the journalists who repeatedly gaslit the American public and ran cover for his disastrous failures.
Now, Democrats will say that any criticism like this, especially of Biden, is unfair. Because you just don't know Biden like they know Biden.
President Biden, who I've been around numerous times just in this last year, is sharp, he's focused, he's bright.
He is sharp, intensely probing, and detail-oriented and focused.
This is a man who is sharp, who is on top of his game, who knows what's going on.
He's smart, he's on his game.
I was in almost every meeting with the president, and the president was in front of and on top of it all, coordinating and directing leaders who are in charge of America's national security, not to mention our allies around the globe.
Did anyone film that?
Making sure that we're able to make every single solitary person eligible for what I've been able to do with the with the COVID. Excuse me, with dealing with everything we have to do with. Look, if we finally beat Medicare.
Thank you, President Biden.
No!
Now, that is bad, but in fairness to Biden, he had a cold that night and is apparently feeling much better after a good night's sleep and presumably a dangerous cocktail of powerful amphetamines staffers gave him to compensate for his terrible performance that not only embarrassed himself, but also the Democratic Party and nation as a whole. Let's see how that turned out.
I'm serious. Failing, I don't know, a president wouldn't trade places with America in a heartbeat. He's dead wrong. America's not a losing nation. America's winning. As I stand here today, I can honestly say I've never been more optimistic about America's future in my whole career. We just have to remember who we are. We're the United States of America. He's got more trials coming up. Well, it's time for that. Look.
Neat. I can't imagine why he declined to take that drug test Trump wanted. This seems like totally normal behavior and not the effect of a substance triggering or exacerbating hostile irritability associated with mental decline in the elderly. I mean, I don't know about you, but there's nothing I love to see more in a president than drastic and unpredictable mood swings. It certainly puts me at ease and doesn't make me feel unsafe at all. But let me know what you think. What was going on with